Superhero 101, and I'm Marvelette, your host and instructor. Standing up for what's right, it's Nyoka. Nyoka narrowly misses falling into a lava pit. Her assailants make a hasty retreat. Voltura impersonates the Tuareg sun goddess. When the expedition enters a valley, they are met with opposition from the Tuaregs. After being taken to their citadel, Larry and Campbell must fight their way out. Nyoka sneaks in a back way and meets up with the two fleeing. Larry holds the Arabs at bay while Campbell and Nyoka run for safety. Unfortunately, they fall into a trap with the floor rising towards spikes on the ceiling, ready to impale the two. Watch the clock in Chapter 5, Fatal Second.
Chief of the Tuaregs, where is the sacred inscription that tells of the hidden tablets of Hippocrates? Speak, mortal. As your sun goddess, I am here to protect the inscription from these mad infidels who invade your valley.
A costume does not make a goddess.
This presumptuous fool dares doubt me.
How can I know that you speak the truth? How can I convince my people that you are not bent upon desecrating the treasures of the temple at the cost of bloodshed? How can...
Seize him!
You don't dare!
Lock him in his laboratory.
But will they not miss him?
The Tuaregs believe I am their sun goddess. I can tell them that he wishes to work in solitude on his experiments. Hurry!
O goddess of the sun, my men have been driven back.
Fear not. I will call down the wrath of our great fire god upon our enemies. Prepare the ceremony. Infidel. Not one white invader can remain in your sacred valley alive.
Silence! Silence! But how can we be sure that your fire god will triumph over the weapons of the infidel?
What good is the weapon of the sleeping hunter when the silent leopard springs?
She speaks words of wisdom.
Come!
As soon as they're safely away, we'll go back to the chief and force him to tell us where the inscription is hidden.
Stay tuned for more excitement. And don't even think about changing this channel.
Welcome to the Toys Time Forgot. Thanks for stopping. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you.
Let's surround the camp.
Professor, the papyrus says the inscription room is behind a lion statue in a Torag cave corridor. This is my chance to get it.
But, Senorina, alone they'll kill you.
Most of the Torags have joined the attack. If I can get past them, I'll be safe.
The risk is too great. You're too important to our expedition.
But I must find my father, and the inscription may lead me to him.
I'm sorry. It's too dangerous.
Oh, but keep staying here. I'm going to try to get to the cave. Cover me.
But Sahiba! You shouldn't have let her go.
What's going on here?
This fool allowed the girl to disobey Professor Campbell. She's trying to sneak through those insane savages to the caves.
But Sahib, she would not listen to me. What nerve.
We can't let her be killed.
You stay here and keep the Torags busy. I'm going after her.
Ahmed reports there's nothing in the lower caves.
We must not fail. Come, we'll search all the passages on this level. Not yet. She may lead us to that inscription. Silence her!
See if you can find the inscription.
action is just getting started.
Welcome to the Toys Time Forgot.
Thanks for stopping. Hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.
Nyoka, the Jungle Girl and the Jungle Myth of Terror. Chapter 1. The Griffin, Real or Fable? The griffin was half lion and half eagle, but in size it was 8 times as big as the king of the jungle. But the only place you could find any mention of this man-eating monster was in the books of mythological animals. That is until Nyoka had to prove that the beast really existed in order to save her reputation and career. At the Jungle Commissioner's office.
You sent for me?
Yes, Nyoka. Mr. DeGray here has brought charges against you for breaking the hunting code.
Me? Break the code?
According to Mr. DeGray, you and the members of the parties you led into the jungle on hunting expeditions have killed animals wantonly, cruelly, in addition to ignoring the game limit quota.
That's a lie. DeGracy made up that story.
Now why should I want to do a thing like that, Nyoka?
The reason's very obvious, DeGracy. Through no doing of my own, everyone who comes out here to hunt wants me to act as their guide, and you, consequently, aren't getting any business.
We've thought of that too, Nyoka. But DeGray says he can substantiate his charges.
Oh, yes? How?
If you all agree to follow me into the jungle, I'll show you proof of my statements.
In the jungles?
Look, there's the first batch of the wantonly killed animals.
Stop the car so we can have a close look at them.
It looks as if these animals have been clawed to death, judging by the marks on their hides.
That's ridiculous, and you know it, Nyoka. Where would you find animals with claws as big as those gashes?
I must admit, it does look as if they've been cruelly beaten to death with some kind of ragged iron bar. What can we do now?
I suggest we go back to the office and hold a meeting.
Later, in the commissioner's office in town.
Here come the commissioners now. I hope you get what you deserve.
You mean you hope I get what you hope I deserve, so you won't have any competition.
We have known you for a long time, Nyoka, and find it hard to believe that you would have had anything to do with such a cowardly act. But it is impossible to ignore the evidence.
If it was anyone else but you, Nyoka, we would have revoked his hunting license immediately. But because of your reputation, we have decided to give you 24 hours to bring proof that you weren't responsible for those wanton killings.
If you can't do that, Nyoka, we will have no choice but to suspend your hunting and guide license.
24 hours, that doesn't give me much time to prove my innocence, especially when I don't even know what caused those animals' deaths.
But as Nyoka starts packing in her hotel room...
Excuse me for barging in, Nyoka, but I had to see you.
Pierre Pastel, what happened to you? When you left here to go into the jungle to paint some nature scenes 2 days ago, your hair was as black as charcoal. But now it's as white as snow.
After what I saw, Nyoka, I am lucky all my hairs didn't fall out. You've got to do something about it, or the jungle won't be safe for anyone anymore.
Calm down, Pierre. Now what are you talking about?
Just this. This is the most ferocious beast I've ever seen. One blow from his claw is enough to rip the side of a lion and kill it instantly.
Huh? I've never seen anything like it before. Where did you get the painting?
I was prowling around the jungle looking for a good scene to paint when I suddenly caught sight of the monster.
Are you sure those are the facts, Pierre, and not something you might have imagined?
I saw that monster as clearly as I see you.
If that's the truth, it could be the reason for all those dead animals we found in the jungle earlier today. But before I can say anything, I've got to see if there's a record of any such animal as this. Here it is, the griffin!
Now, do you believe me?
I'd like to, Pierre. Since my reputation and future depend on it, but common sense tells me not to. Remember, this is a book on mythological animals. It means these animals really never existed.
Oh, if you'll come with me, Nyoka, I'll prove to you that the griffin is no myth. That it not only exists, but is terrorizing the jungle at this very moment.
All right, Pierre. I'll go with you. I'll get ready right now.
I'll go get my stuff together, too. I'll meet you back here in half an hour.
The sooner the better. I have only 24 hours to prove my case to the commissioner.
But as Pierre walks down to the lobby of the Jungle Hotel...
Pierre Pastel, what's happened to you? You've aged 20 years overnight.
And after Pierre explains...
And now, I must go get my stuff if I'm to meet Nyoka within the half hour.
This doesn't sound possible. But if it should be true and Nyoka can prove it, I'll be no better off than I was before. If the griffin does exist, I've got to make sure that the commission never finds out about it. By the way, Pierre, who else knows about this?
Only Nyoka and yourself. I'm afraid to tell anyone else, for fear they'll think I'm crazy.
Later...
Hop in, Pierre, and we'll be off.
I'll give them a chance to get started, and I'll follow at a safe distance.
That night in the jungle...
Getting too dark to go any further, Pierre. I think we ought to make camp here.
Shortly after...
What was that? A tiger! If I take careful aim, I should be able to get him with one shot.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I should do it with one shot. Only I'll be aiming at Nyoka instead of the tiger.
A beast in front of her and a beast in back of her. Nyoka is really in a terrible spot. Is there any way out? Read on for Chapter 2 of the Jungle Myth of Terror.
If you suspect invaders coming into your camp, go and untie the dog. Let him go look and wake up the others. Even a monkey can do it. Thanks for paying attention, and remember, you are all heroes to me. Class dismissed. Can't get enough of Superhero 101? Then join us online at www.superhero101tv.com for all the latest news and happenings. I'll see you there.